know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Hey everybody, and welcome back into our third episode here on SimAirport. Thank you very much for that to each and every single one of you for your support. If you're not already done so, please do subscribe down that below and turn on the notification bell so you can then be notified when we upload a brand new video. I've actually let the game run through like almost a full day for in-game, but I've also actually chucked in a large anger to get ready for our next lot of stages. So as briefly discussed on the last episode, we're going to be sorting out our baggage situation down here to try and get these all joined up. So what we are going to be doing here very quickly is that we're needing to come down to here, okay, and we're needing to pop into our conveyor so we can just double check which one's going to be up and which one is going to be down. So we can actually get ready to start building the necessary bit of the foundations ready for this. Now this is actually going to be quite expensive to say the least, and I will say it is very expensive to actually do this. So what we are going to be doing is let's just double check where this conveyor part, right, so if this comes down to here, so what we will then do is just to make sure, we're actually going to go with like a 7x7 area so we can get that there sorted. Come into our planning tool, so we can then sort out the final little bits to what we're needing to get built. So this here is actually a very simple basis. We do need to try and bring in the bag check area as well within this. So unfortunately my throat is still kind of like a bit of a pain at this moment of time, so I am still struggling to actually try and get my words out today, so please do bear with me on that. I don't know when I'm actually going to get better with that, to be honest with you, but that's perfectly fine. So what we are going to do is here, we're actually going to have a look now to really see how big this baggage hub is. So technically we could fit one there, right, if we really wanted to, but we may just actually just put one there, then put one there, just to allow for like a little bit of extra space. So we need there is a 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So we're needing an 8 by 2, 4, 6, 7. So an 8x7 area. So if I go a 10x10 just to make sure that we are covered on that, so we can easily get that built in at a 10x10. So this is going to be for our little baggage area. Now thankfully we are actually earning quite a lot of money there, and also just to let you know as well, I've actually started this one here. So we should be able to get for $600 from advertising in a day, and how I've done that is just by placing in some extra little spots here for the advertising, so we can get that sorted. So let's very quickly, let's just pop into here and let's see what we actually done yesterday on the advertising fees. So that's 236. Now these here were placed in about halfway through, so we are going to try and reach our 600 monetary area as quickly as we can with this, because we do want to try and make sure that we are getting enough of that kind of thing going on. I've also just realised as well, we've actually got these here, which we don't need them there. So we do need to get those moved as quickly as possible. So we are just going to wait to have our builders to come up into this area here, hopefully soon, please. So yeah, I'm just going to let that sort itself out anyway. So this here is almost done down here, so we can actually come into our construction, come down here, and let's just very quickly dismantle some of the walls here, which we don't actually need. So this will then join up onto here, and then this will then carry on going up onto this section here eventually. But we do need to make sure that we've actually got this section here done, and we also need to try and get the rest of the stairs in as well. So this here is, it's like I said, this is not a cheap thing to be building, to say the least, and it is not cheap. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. Now we could put this up to here, then put this here, okay, and that's probably what I'm going to do with this. So this is just going to be like into the middle, then this here. Hopefully this will come up to here, go through to this section and pop back out onto here, and then this will then come round. This here should, if I keep this quite close to the wall, okay, and then let's just have a rough guess of roughly whereabouts this is going to go roughly. Now I'm not literally 100% sure on this kind of situation here with this, but hopefully we should be fine with that, so we can get that sorted. Now as we like trying to go along with this, let's just double check. Why is that green there for? I don't know why that green. Okay, I really do not know with that, so hopefully that will go off very soon, I hope, because that's probably going to get on my nerves, that is. So we can just double check and make sure that is perfectly fine. So let's just very quickly just pop some of these on, so we can get that there sorted out as quickly as possible. So far we're not making the money what we should be making on the advertising at this moment of time, but that's perfectly fine. We just have to make sure that we're trying and get some extra bits in somewhere else. So hopefully this here will be fine and sorted soon. I just don't understand why that's like a different colour there for. I've got no idea. But yeah, so let's go straight into our baggage hub here. This is actually quite a perfect initial size, this is. So we could do it quite easily if we just take off these walls here very quickly. Come into our baggage hub, and we could potentially place, let's just give this a rotate round, one there and this one. Alright, so I wasn't too far off. Alright, I was actually quite perfect there. So yeah, so we've got that there going on, which is perfectly fine. Then let's just pop into our conveyor to get a conveyor belt. So we're actually going to go with a one base conveyor, because of the fact that we do want to make sure that we've kind of got this as best as possible. So we then pop this round, pop this into here, and then we can then pop this down to here. In this section here we can bring this round straight away, bring this round here straight away, and that is then done there. So we've got our initial first part there sorted. Get back into our foundations, okay, and we're then just going to go for a straight 81,000, almost 82,000 in-game dollars, then a further 107,000 to get that there sorted. So then we can then get this all finished off as quickly as possible. Then we can then get that all set up, ready to go for our next stage. So thankfully how this is going to work with the fueling is that we are going to have a fuel section here, and this will then split off down into this section down here for when we get certain things done, one down here, and we don't have to worry about this one as such, but we can just maybe just place like a fueling station, maybe like in this area here or down here, and it's still perfectly fine. So what we are going to do very quickly, we're going to assign some vehicles, and we're going to go with some baggage and a baggage. Let's get 4 baggages, and here we're going to go with another apron bus, just there like that. Okay, we've got 4 baggage carts, and that's perfectly fine. And then here, just because we are wanting to make sure that we've got everything all sorted, we're going to get that built there as well for our fueling, just to make sure that we've got all of our fuel situation covered as well. So now that we are slowly making a dent into what we actually got going on here, and we're still working on this 600 here anyway, that's still perfectly acceptable, okay, for what we've actually got. And as soon as we've got all this baggage system set up, what we can actually then do is with this is that we can actually proceed through with trying to then get our builders away from actually having to deal with the baggage, and that's what we're kind of wanting. This is why that we're sorting out our baggage situation at this moment of time, just to make sure that we are covered on everything what we are doing. So let's get back into here again. Let's go and get our conveyor. So our conveyor section will be going in very shortly here. Don't worry about these little walls here at this moment of time, because when they get taken down we can go straight up like so. So that is our first part done there for our conveyor. So that is going to allow for the baggage to go from the check-in or the ticketing all the way over to the aircraft, and from the aircraft over to the baggage collection. So that just allows us to proceed through with that as best as possible. So then we're then just now going to attach all these together, and that is pretty much it for our baggage. So we've now got that leveled. We do need to work on 1 or 2 things. That's perfectly fine. So I just don't understand why we've got this green section here for. That's okay. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. We just need to try and get this done as quickly as we possibly can anyway. So then we then just pop into here, pop onto there, and that is pretty much everything what we are needing to do. So hopefully they can get this done before our first little guest come into here. Oh, excuse me. And then what we can then do is we've now got that sorted. So I actually forgot to put my phone on silent. I keep doing that for some reason. And there we go. That's so nicely done. So now that we got that sorted, hopefully everything should be now all connected, and hopefully this here will then allow us to get this sorted. So let's just see if we get our first a lot of initial bags coming through. Hopefully we should start seeing guests coming in. There we go, we've got guests, we've got passengers. Let's just see what happens here. Everything should be fine. Oh, there we go, we've got baggage going through our system, and that's all the way up to the top there, and this here should now be enough to get all that sorted. So yeah, so that's now all been done. Okay, we now no longer have to have our construction team to do baggage now, so we can now just concentrate on getting building. So our next thing is to dismantle this wall here, and then we're then going to go into stairs. I really need to try and get my elf sorted out soon, because this is just crazy. Yeah, so let's get the stairs put in straight away. So we've now actually got the stairs there sorted out, but what our big major issue is that we're needing to get this second runway up and going as quickly as possible. So let's get that there done. So our actual first cost is like 110,000 there. Okay, and this is going to be so we can actually get the larger flights coming in, from what I'm aware of, on that size, and hopefully that should be fine. Now 15,000 for two little bits. Keep in mind this is like 7,600. That is a lot of money to really be spending, and I need like 60,000 for that there. So this here is going to be quite expensive, to say the least. But as soon as we got that there done and we get this building here done, we should be perfectly fine, ready to go for our second terminal. So let's just first of all, let's get this changed here to A2. This here is then going to be B1. This is going to be B2, that one there, and this is then going to be just a temporary thing until we can get this here sorted out. So this here right here is only for a temporary basis anyway, so we can actually get more flights coming in, and will then help us to get this here sorted out. So this here, we do need to go over 2 floors. So this is where it is going to get very, very difficult for this. Now I'm actually just thinking is that I may have to move these here, and from this section here I might have to move them up onto this next section. So that's 1, 2, so we can have like a two door there, and we can then have 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Okay, just like that, that's perfectly fine. And then here we can then have a 7, a 2, a 7, a 2, a 7, a 2, and I think this should be perfect almost. It's not 100%, but we have got 4 there anyway, so that's perfectly fine for what we actually be needing. Now we could potentially I think I may move these back by 1, just to make sure that we've got that sorted. What's that? That's 2 there. So let's get that 2 there gone. Let's get that there gone. Let's get this here sorted. So this is actually 4 stairs anyway. And then let's go with 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. Actually no, this here needs to come across here anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for the little door there, and we can put like something here just to make sure that we've got that there sorted anyway. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we might do like a 4 door there and like the exit bit there. So that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine, and that's what we trying to do there. And then we're then going to come straight in for the taxi again. Get this straight up to here. Come into our planning. Come to here. And then we can take that off there. Take that off from there. Do that. Okay, and that is now pretty much kind of like all going well. So let's get this now upgraded onto the new lighting. Upgrade again for the wind. And I think these are only 7,000 anyway, so that's perfectly fine. So we're going to go 1 to there and 1 to there. So that should be now fine. So this here should then be partly done. So we do need to, so we've actually got a maximum monetary on that. So we're now needing some outfit buses. So this bus here needs our operations, okay, to get that done straight away. So we do need to get that kind of like leveled out. I think in general, I think everything's all going really well with this, and we have got a package area, and we're starting to now work on our new terminal. But we do need to research and upgrade buses for the extra capacity, because we will need that for the new terminal. So, and that is what we're going to initially kind of do there. So I'm just going to get a little drink of my favourite drink of all, which is some water. You can never have too much water in life. So practically we are doing quite well there, and we have actually got our 2 large bits there anyway. So let's then just pop into our airport value. So we are perfectly fine for this. So keeping in mind this here is would normally be red, so that's perfectly fine. That is actually white, so that is awesome. But of course, what we do need to do eventually is maybe like up here we're needing to do our a little section for the officers. We could take these down here quite easily excuse me literally quite easily, and actually build something here to kind of like bring this in as a separate building, so it's away from our main little section here. But I may actually keep this here, put a fence up or something, and build something around these parts. I'm not too sure just yet on that, but we do need to get that done as quickly as possible. So we've actually got that there perfectly fine. Let's see if there's any other. So let me get the construction here, because that is going to be quite important. Now thankfully with this here, we can technically now move all of our bits over to maximize on everything. But what we are wanting to try and do here is just to keep these just separate for this section here. So it's like 110 tile length, I think that should be fine because there's really no kind of like indication with that. So hopefully we should be okay with that. Now our baggage system is working beautifully. They're getting everything out into the baggage system quickly, and literally people are getting off on their little jolly days or going home or whatever they're needing to do. So now we've kind of got that going there. I'm now just working out, will it be best to start initially trying to figure out how much I'll be needing to start this first little section here off, and that's what I'm probably going to do, so we can just get this started here as quickly as possible so we can then get everything working through. So this is what we're kind of going to be doing right now. So with the entrance kind of here, I don't know if I want to put a potential wall going across this section and then leave all this open, then put this little door into there. I'm not 100% sure on that, so we may just take all this little bit out here and try and do something with that, because yes, it is going to be like a smaller ticketing, but that's perfectly fine, that is, and we can easily deal with that. So as for this here, we're going to come back into our staff again. We're going to come here. I'm going to then get the COO. We also need to get the foreman eventually as well. So let's go and get our upgraded buses. That's going to take about 24 hours. So we can then get this here done. This one here, you do need to have a larger airport for. So that is perfectly fine. So we're not going to be too concerned with that. So literally this is actually all going to be working through what the government grants are going to be, so we can actually get everything all done. Now the biggest tip is that if you do the government grants, you need to do all 5 tracks. You need to do every single government grant to open the early AM flights. So what the early AM flights are going to be for, that is for the basis of trying to get more initial flights coming in, and that's what we are actually trying to do with that. Now I think what I may do is, let me just move this over to here, just to get that there kind of freed up, and let me then come into here and let me just grab 2 of the PM slots. I'm not too sure if this is actually dead ban on or not, but it allows for the opportunity to get that done. So we just moved things around so we can actually get some extra flights in. So it's kind of like initial 2 extra flights what we've got coming in, which is perfectly fine. Okay, we can easily do that, but we do actually have our larger runway anyway to help with that. So let's just have a look on here. So we've got our construction side of things there going perfectly fine, and we've got this here. So we probably need to get that there anyway eventually, and these here we do need to get operations too, but I'm going to be just sticking to what we've got here first of all, to get that sorted. So hopefully we can get that all in. Now I was hoping, to be honest with you, because we still need to use this here anyway, let's go and get that there, just added into for the baggage. Because the baggage situation is probably going to be very, very grateful for that, to be honest with you. So we are going to try and get that done there. Now, thankfully, we have got literally like 4 baggage vehicles there, so they can easily come down, pick that up, and do whatever they're needing to do. And it just allows for a better process to get these remote gates actually sorted. So yeah, so let's have a look here of trying to start on this process of trying to at least get this terminal here sorted. I will probably start on getting this exit situation here sorted out as well. It's like I said, we've got a full ID anyway, and we've also got our 4 security gate systems here. So we should be perfectly fine with that. There's really no need to really worry about it too much, because we're still wanting people to come down and get out of this section here, then come down here, and this is going to be like the up, this is going to be the way out. That's why there's this little wall here for this. So let's have a look there for that. I may initially close this section off here and have this as for the electronics for this section and for the maintenance, with just like a couple of staff doors kind of like coming in and one to go out there as well. So just to make it look a bit more kind of like nicer, I think we may actually do something like this, because this here is going to be perfectly fine anyway. So we do need like a 5x5 for the maintenance, and then like a 4x4 for the electronics. So we do actually have enough room there for that, so we can actually just place like a few doors in for that reason. And this here is actually coming along really well, and this section here is coming along really well as well. So let's slowly just build this up, because I'm looking at what we've got coming in and what kind of budget we've got as well as building this. So it's kind of like I'm looking down here and just double checking that we've actually got enough money to actually pay for everything. So our next section there is going to be like 30,600, but that's fine, or like 14,100 there, so we can actually just chuck that one there as well. So as we like going along with this here, hopefully everything will be sorted. Hopefully this section here will actually get done for our next area. I don't really have to worry about this here too much, but we do need to try and get cafes and stuff like that in this section here. So there we go, we have got that there, that is perfect. And I also want to try and get the risky investment here, which is like 250,000. At this moment of time, I don't really want to be paying that money as such right now. I just want to make sure that I can get this here done. So up on the second floor, by the way, and we're actually going to be having like a VIP lounge like round here somewhere, possibly like somewhere else. So we'll try and fit like a VIP lounge in, and we'll then go into like a staff lounge, have these up here kind of like with some seats, some shops, cafe and type thing, so they can actually come down here and go straight out. They don't have to worry about sitting down on the lower floor, because there's going to be seats up on this top floor here. And I may actually put like a few extra seats maybe down here as well. So this here should be fine. I'm hoping that I built that up right level, to be honest with you. If not, I'm kind of buggered. So I will have this one here anyway, so that's that. Oh. I actually need to go out a little bit more. But yeah, I may have to need to go out a little bit more, but that I probably won't do that anyway. I might just put like a little like sidewalk or something in, or actually maybe just move this down a little bit, or maybe just build like an extra little section. So actually let's just do that. I do need to come over by one anyway, just for this, just to make sure that I'm actually covered on that. I should have double checked that was actually at the right level. You see, even even myself, I actually know I kind of like naff up with the sizing. You just have to laugh at it, because I'm just in one of those places where it's like, you want to know something, I don't care. So I'm going to have them two busters anyway, and then we'll like come over to here. So that is going to be like our remote area there. And of course the easier will get taken out anyway. Oh, and I just had a bit of a coughing fit. I get some water. So yeah. Oh, bloody hell, coughing fits are so annoying. Especially when you're not well with everything. Oh, wow. I really am starting to actually fall down quite ill. It's very rare for me to fall down ill. I will say it is not to this extent. It's actually very rare for me to fall down this hill. So so yeah, I do apologize to everybody. It is just one of those situations where I get ill, and then I just having to try and deal with it, and then it's like, what can I do to get this sorted out? But yeah, that's the issue what I'm kind of like having at this moment of time with everything. Even at myself, I do fall down ill, but it is just one of those things, unfortunately. So let's just have a look here anyway with the doors. I have placed some windows in, because I wanted to place some windows in there, so then they can like have a look through here. I know that might not be the usual type thing for this, but that's just something what I would prefer to kind of like have in my airport, for that possible reason of being different. So we are just trying to work through everything quite nicely. We do need to come up here to build the next part of the floor going up. Oh god, my chair's lowering on itself. It's probably due to it's probably due to my my big buttocks. The best way to put that. So we are going to get most of this done as best as possible, but our main job overall was actually to get this baggage system set up and working efficiently, and it is working really efficiently. I just wish I had some extra cash for this year, you see, without having to try and get a loan for it. Now, I could get a loan and get all this here entirely built and then not worry about all the other little bits for it. But it's really down to the basis of, do I really want to waste money trying to do that, you see. So that's what the issue is at this moment of time. So let's get that there done anyway. So straight into the staff doors, by the way, and then we're going to go one there. Insufficient funds. Oh my lord, we're in the red. We got insufficient funds. So yeah, we've not been in the red for a while. I can say that. But at the end of the day, it is perfectly fine. We are going to get that money back. And next day we are going to be looking at like 185,000. Actually, let's just see if we are getting. Yeah, so we're still struggling with our 600 at this moment of time. So let's just see what we got for the last day on advertising fees. So we're not even making 300 at this moment, which is quite concerning, because we should be making so much more on this, and you see, so we should be making more. So I'm really kind of a bit lost on what we should be really doing to get that up. Now, I think maybe when we get this here sorted out over this end, and we should be fine for that. But we do need to try and get this as leveled out as possible. Right, so I know that is going to always be the issue with this anyway, because it's always going to be one of those issues, unfortunately, because it is like how are we supposed to get a lot of this stuff actually done? But I do want to try and get at least this lower floor situation sorted. Now, it doesn't really matter about the stairs at this moment of time, because we can easily work around that. But I do want to try and get at least this lower floor here sorted as quickly as possible. But let's just grab a quick door for here, and let's then just grab a quick 2 wide door there. So this is only a small kind of like terminal, and yes, an issue for 4 stands, but they don't last that long going through ticketing anyway and through the security anyway. It is actually normally pretty quick, so that's what we're kind of hoping for. Now, we've actually got 26 going on to there. We've actually got some other major bits going on as well, so we are actually quite happy with how that is actually progressing on. Now, all this here will be security. This here will be the new ticketing department here. And let's just do our final little bits anyway, just to make sure that we are getting covered. Let's just chuck this into here. We are going to go with a conveyor down, and that will then allow us to have this section here, which is perfect. And then of course we then going to have our baggage area somewhere around here with its own anchor with things. So it comes down here, goes up there, then it can then get processed round onto this top section here. And speaking of that, before we go any further with everything, let's just prepare this first initial section here, just to make sure that we've got that ready to go. So even though that this has been, especially this episode here, is actually going to be like quite a long episode, it is really quite interesting to really kind of like push the idea of a separate terminal for 4 stands and keep a smaller terminal over here for this. So even though that this looks so much more bigger than what it is, this is still technically our main terminal, but this isn't going to go up over 2 floors. This is going to be a 1 floor, and this is then going to be our 2 floor area, and then hopefully and eventually we will then have a 3rd terminal, which will then hopefully go over 3 floors itself. So it is all about the process of what can we do to make all this entire process easier and also simpler overall, and that is what we're actually trying to go through at this moment of time. So this is why we are doing what we are doing. So while that's actually finishing off anyway, let's just knock these off from here so we can actually get a little look at this. So in the next episode, depending how much we are going to get on that there, we do want to sort out the 2nd floor on this here, and we then also do want to then start on the process of getting this actually finalized once and for all, because this is like a 3 episode process so far, just to even get it to this point here. And of course we don't want to go on too much longer on getting this 1 terminal here built, because of the fact that we just don't have enough money staying in our accounts, even though that we are getting like near enough $200,000 every single time. So I'm happy with what we're actually achieving with this, and I'm extremely happy for what we're actually achieving. So on the next episode, we're definitely going to get this here sorted out. I may need to run it for a tad longer. For like a tad longer, so we can get that then leveled out there as quickly as possible. So we are definitely getting a lot of customers in right now, and we are making some on-time bonuses as well with this, and it is just purely amazing. I love it. I really do like that. As much as I love this game, it does take a bit of time to get to where you want it to be. So for definite next episode, we are going to get this sorted out here, get this terminal finished, get the second floor done, get all the security for ticketing in, all the stairs in for downwards and upwards. So they've got their own designated areas to come round, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get that completed. And then I do want to then come back over to this section here onto original terminal, expand all this little bit down here somehow, take this out here, take this bit out here as well. So then we can then just concentrate on getting these bigger ones. Then hopefully we can get that done. So I think that might be actually in episode 5 for this section here. Next episode, definitely try and get this here sorted out so we can then get that terminal finished off. So till next time, everybody, I will see you later. Do stay safe and have a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening for wherever you are out there. Until next time, we'll see you all later. It's a bye for now. Bye.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to